Let's talk about these applications of linear equations that we didn't get to do in class yesterday. Number 118 says the fixed cost of operating a business are the costs incurred regardless of the level of production, and the fixed costs include rent, fixed salaries, and cost of leasing machinery. It doesn't matter whether you're making one pair of blue jeans or 1,000 pair of blue jeans, your rent is the same. So that does not depend on how many pairs of jeans you make. That's your fixed cost. The variable cost of operating a business are the costs that change with the level of output. For example, if you are making jeans, then one of your variable costs is going to be the amount of denim that you have to buy. The more denim, the more pairs of jeans you're going to make, the more denim you have to buy, and that's your variable cost. Suppose that a manufacturer of jeans has fixed cost of $500 and variable cost of $8 per pair of jeans manufactured. Let's just think for a second on how to calculate the total cost. For example, if we were going to make one pair of jeans. If we were only making one pair of jeans, then our variable cost would only be $8 and our fixed cost would still be $500, so the total cost would be $508. If we're making two pairs of jeans, then our total cost would be $16 in variable cost plus the $500 in fixed cost. If we're making 1,000 pairs of jeans, then our variable cost is going to be $8,000. Our fixed cost is still going to be $500. So the total cost would be $8,500. The part A says write a linear equation that relates the daily cost C in dollars of manufacturing the jeans to the number X of jeans manufactured. They're telling us to let X be the number of jeans being made each day, and they tell us that the fixed cost is, the total cost is the fixed cost plus the variable cost. And we know that the fixed cost is $500. That variable cost is $8 per pair multiplied by the number of pairs. Like we said, if we made one pair of jeans, my variable cost would be $8. If we made 1,000 pairs of jeans, my variable cost would be $8,000. So our cost function is $500 plus those fixed costs of $8 a pair times the number of pairs that we're making. That's an equation for your total cost. And then the B part says, what is the cost of manufacturing 400 pairs of jeans? Well, if the number of pairs of jeans is what we're letting X represent, then this just means let X be 400 and find the total cost. The cost would be the fixed cost plus $8 a pair for 400 pairs. That means the total variable cost is $3,200 and the total cost is $3,700. The total cost for making 400 pairs of jeans would be $3,700. Now 120 is a lot like that. Dan is working by commission at a used car dealership. He gets $375 a week just for showing up, even if he doesn't sell anything. But on top of that $375 a week, he gets 5% of the profit on any sales he generates. So instead of fixed cost and variable cost, Dan's weekly pay, we can let his pay be P or his salary be S, that doesn't matter. His salary has a fixed salary component plus a variable salary component. And his fixed salary that he gets just for showing up in the morning is $375. His variable salary is 5% of the sales that he generates. So if he sold I don't think that he probably has any $100 cars to sell, but if he sold a $100 car, then his variable salary would be $5. If he sold a $1,000 car, his variable salary would be $50. He's earning 5% of whatever he generates in sales. So this variable salary is 5% of sales. If we let his sales be X dollars, then his variable salary is, whenever we have a percent, we write it as a decimal, 0.05 of is multiplied times the amount of sales, so 0.05 times X. And one thing I didn't mention in 118 was this is actually in slope-intercept form. I could turn it around to 8x plus 500, but 8 is the slope because the cost of jeans goes up $8 each time the number of pairs of jeans goes up $1. And similarly here, every time Dan's sales go up $1, his variable salary goes up a nickel. So that 0.05 is the slope of that equation. The B part says how many dollars of profit would Dan have to generate in order to earn $500 a week? Is that $500 his salary, total salary, fixed salary, or variable salary? Well, that's how much he wants to earn. That's what he wants in his total salary. So we have to put 500 in place of total salary. His fixed salary is still $375, and he gets 5% of any sales that he generates, or the profit from those sales, so 0.05x. And we're solving for x, which is the profit in dollars from his sales. To solve that for x, all I need to do is subtract 375 from both sides and divide both sides by 0.05. In order to earn $500, Dan would need to generate $2,500 in profit for the company. Both of those equations, we were given a slope, and actually the other number that we were given was the y-intercept on 118. Even if this company makes no blue jeans, they still have fixed cost of $500, and here, even if Dan generates no sales, he still has a fixed salary of $375. So they gave us a slope in the y-intercept, and we very quickly got slope-intercept form of both of those equations. Now another possibility when we're finding equation of a line is we either have to be given a point and a slope, which we were given in the previous two problems, or we can be given 2 points. Let's see what we're given on 127. A cereal company finds that the number of people who will buy one of its products in the first month that the product is introduced is linearly related to the amount of money it spends on advertising. You really need to determine what the important words are in that sentence because it's a long sentence. But the number of people is linearly related to the amount of money it spends on advertising. We're told that if it spends $40,000 on advertising, then 100,000 boxes of cereal will be sold, and if the company spends $60,000 on advertising, then 200,000 boxes will be sold. Write a linear equation that relates the amount A spent on advertising to the number of boxes X that the company aims to sell. So A is the amount spent on advertising, and X is the number of boxes that the company hopes to sell. When the last sentence is worded, write a linear relation that relates A to X, that means you give me the number of boxes and I will tell you the amount you have to spend on advertising. My ordered pairs are going to be of the form X boxes. You tell me how many boxes you want to sell, and I will tell you how much money you have to spend on advertising. Your advertising dollars. So we're given that if 40,000 is spent on advertising, 100,000 boxes of cereal will be sold. If we want to sell 100,000 boxes, then we need to spend 40,000 on advertising. And I didn't mean to put that dollar sign in the ordered pair. That's not necessary. If the company spends 60,000 on advertising, then 200 boxes will be sold. Now, one thing that really helps me is to write in words what my ordered pair represents, like I did here, so that I make sure I have both ordered pairs in the same order. I make sure that on the second ordered pair, the 200,000 is the number of boxes, and the 60,000 is the amount spent on advertising. Once you extract those two ordered pairs from the problem, these are just like the other problems in the homework that said, find the equation of the line given these 2 points. The first thing you have to find is the slope of the line, and the slope of the line is the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. 60,000 minus 40,000 divided by 200,000 minus 100,000. A $20,000 change in the amount spent on advertising equates to a $100,000 change in number of boxes sold. And if we reduce that as much as possible, that's just 1/5. For each $1 spent on advertising, we sell 5 more boxes of cereal. Now that I have a slope, and eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I can use either point. I'll just use the one with smaller numbers. 100,000, 40,000. We have everything we need for point slope form. Y minus 40,000, that's supposed to be a minus, y minus 40,000 equals 1/5 x minus 100,000. Distribute the 1/5. And add 40,000 to both sides. Now the only thing I want to change in my answer, actually I forgot that I was supposed to be using A for the amount of spent on advertising instead of Y. I'm using ordered pairs in the form X comma A. So that Y should be an A. If you tell me how many boxes of cereal you want to sell, then I can use that equation to tell you how much you must spend on advertising. And you can check that both of these ordered pairs are solutions to this equation. If you spent 100,000 on advertising, 1/5 of 100,000 is 20,000, and sure enough, 20,000 plus 20,000 is 40,000. So that ordered pair makes the equation true. And then this ordered pair, A fifth of 200,000 is 40,000, and 40,000 plus 20,000 is that 60,000. So I'm sure that that's correct. That's about all I need to say about applications of linear equations. I hope that helps you finish up your homework.